We are back with Terra Nullius, and we're going to find out what happens when Raia touches the Orb of Xibalba. So, you touch the Orb of Xibalba, and we hear a distant scream as Nakana cries out in terror and anger. And Toity, you hear this just barely in your fog of charm person. Basically, she says, "No!" Right? The classic, like, I wanted the orb.
That's good. Look, I foiled her plans, guys.
And we see Ix turn and, like, narrow his eyes. Because, like, I mean, he attacked you on your way over. So we can maybe, like, for the narrative reasons, right, we can say that he was kind of, like, chasing after you, right? But you, like, hellish rebuked him and, like, he got knocked back. And so you touch the orb and everything goes dark. We see Raia in a place that we've become familiar with now, the transitionary stage. We see solid blackness, and we see Raia standing there, all alone. And
this is the same place where Darius was?
Yeah. We see another Raia standing in front of you. This Raia flickers into the person we've come to recognize as the caretaker. And they look at you, so it's this, like, gray fire genasi with, like, weird grayish blue flame for his head. He seems tired, and he looks at you, and he asks, "Do you want this, Raia? Do you really want it? The burden of carrying this orb."
What is the burden?
I hope that you would understand by now. I hope that through everything you've seen, you would get it. No matter. You've touched it. It's begun, Raia. There's nothing I can do to stop it.
Great. So what was the point of you asking me?
Wow.
I was hoping I would have more hope about this. I can see that I was wrong. And then he fades away in front of you.
Oh, no.
And you hear the familiar voice, and it starts like like echoey and shadowy, right? You hear, "I'm looking forward to working with you, Raia." And then a person is standing in front of you.
Is it Willow?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a woman. No, it's a man. Sorry, I had a weird moment where I realized that I switched some things in my head. It's a man. I think it's a snake person. You weren't expecting that. But it's like, oh, you know what? Actually, what it is? It's a mix between a fire genasi and a snake person. It's like a person who has some weird snakish characteristics, but also is undoubtedly touched by fire genasi. It's maybe a mixed half-breed or something. You're not entirely sure. We recognize this person as the audience as the guardian of the orb, the man who washed up on the shore 700 years ago. But it's a person who's been obviously changed. He has some weird snake characteristics. He has some weird fire genasi characteristics. He's a mishmash. He's not a human anymore. We see this person, and they look at you, and we realize that we've been hearing the voice that we've been hearing the entire time has been this person. And he looks at you, and he says, I mean, he just said, right, like, I'm looking forward to working with you. You haven't realized yet, Raia, who this person is. But he reaches out his hand, like almost like in a shake, like let's shake hands gesture. And he says, "My name is," and let me just randomly generate a name here, because I wasn't entirely sure as to the ethnicity of this person, but I think I know now. So this person says.
Words come out of this person's mouth that makes sense. And
my
they
name
are
is
clearly
Isaac. It's so good to meet you. He's like reaching out a hand to shake.
Who are you?
I'm the Orb, you could say. Or at least the personality that the Orb is portraying right now. There's a lot of us in here.
So I'm stuck in here?
No. Not yet.
What does that even mean?
You've now entered a long line of guardians, Raia. A long, long line. I'll be the person who talks to you most directly, since I'm the most recent of the guardians to die. But there's a lot of us in here, and you might be able to find a trick or two if you talk to us. I'm gonna send you back now. And he, like, brings his hand down, like, okay, you're not shaking my hand, I realize that now. I'm gonna send you back now. But, well, I wish you luck, Raia Olafemi. You're going to need it. And then everything fades out. We come back into reality, and this has all been in a blink of an eye for Raia. And it's Akashi's turn.
Oh,
God. Okay.
Didn't have to grab it.
Okay, the only person who is worthy at that point is you, and you have a crown of madness on right now.
It's true.
You're just gonna be stabbing people.
Specifically you, and we'll see even about that.
I mean, no one right now.
Well, because I can't reach you,
Right.
and then, but as soon as I move towards you, I'll have to roll, I think.
Well, I don't know. Do I control the orb now?
We'll see.
So I'd
In
like
your
to
head,
fire another
Tony.
pot shot at Snake Lady.
Okay, do it.
Actually, 2 more pot shots, I guess.
There's a bunch of people in your way, actually. I don't think you have a clear shot. I don't think it's even possible.
Well,
There's a
then I'll
lot of
just
people in the
teleport
direct
first.
line of sight. Okay, yeah,
I
you can do that.
teleport.
Sounds good. Yeah, snap your fingers, teleport. That
Okay,
works.
sure.
Yeah, that makes
Is
sense.
anyone in the way now? Am I good?
Yeah.
Is Toity in the way?
No, he's sure enough. You're
I'm
fine.
sure.
I mean, there's a pillar.
Yeah, but he's gonna like step out behind it, I assume.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
you see that there's also
Yep.
a pillar.
So go ahead and make those shots.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
And hurt and is dead.
Nope. She does not die, but you certainly hurt her. She's like, you should like shoot her in the chest, and she's just like, no. She's like reaching down to like finish this ritual, and you shoot her again, and she dies.
Yes!
Yes!
Do I feel anything weird when she dies?
No.
Okay, everything seems
Your
normal.
mouth suddenly tastes
Toity.
like iron.
It's your turn.
Well, I have a question. How tall is this table compared to me?
It's about, I mean, the lip of the table comes up to about your height, I'd assume. Maybe.
So I'm going to say I probably just go underneath it, because
Okay.
it's the direct path towards Raia.
Yes, you
Do
just duck
I-
underneath, and yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Do I feel anything as soon as I'm within 20 feet of it?
Right, so I mean, you're going towards Raia, right? Like you normally be like, oh, Raia, did you touch the orb? Oh no. Yeah.
No,
I
because
mean,
I have the Crown of Madness on me. I have to.
right.
Or would you go to Kashi because he's closer? Which one with the
I honestly don't even think he knows Akashi's there, though, right? I think it makes sense
Oh,
that he
yeah.
would go towards Raia. So, yeah. Here, let me just double check on when you need to make this save. At the end of each of your turns, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you...
I keep going?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I can't reach her.
Can you not reach her in a full round of movement?
I can't step in the water.
Right, but could you stand on this lip?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think you do that.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay.
And I think, yeah, you stand up on the lip, and it's like one of those moments where, like, Raia, maybe you're like turning around in a daze, like looking at Toity, like, hi.
But
and
she
then...
can attack me this round because it says that you have to use its action before moving.
Yeah, I know, but
So-
Let me double check this.
do I invoke an attack of opportunity from the one guy?
So it actually says the target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within its reach. But I feel like Toity... I mean, would Toity just attack the snake people in front of him? Or...
Oh, so I have the...
Yeah, you have the ability to do whatever you want if there's not a thing in reach.
Oh, if that's the case, then I would have just acted normally because
Yeah,
I mean...
yeah, I was wondering... Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can just...
Well, that's a kind of useless spell.
I know, yeah. I realized after I cast it, like, how useless it is. Yeah.
Then I would just cast Dissonant Whispers on the guy in front of me.
Okay.
First level.
Do it.
So that's a save. Wait a second. I wish it printed it out. Wisdom save of 15.
Okay, it fails.
Nope. Yep, it takes 11 damage and runs away.
Yep, it does, which means you provoke an attack of opportunity, or it provokes an attack of opportunity from you. And it runs its full movement just like away. Goes under this table. Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
Hey.
You might just kill it.
Toity crit.
Look at Toity.
Ooh, not quite. Not quite.
Ah,
Close.
Well, is it evoking a... No, there's no one else that could.
Nah, there's no one else.
Nobody else.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Have a
so you
good though.
stab it real good, but it's not dead. Okay, Aria or money?
Oh, do I roll
Like,
to
can-
get rid of Crown of
Oh,
Madness?
yeah, go ahead and roll Wisdom save. Yeah.
With advantage.
Also, I'm probably going to give another Bardic Inspiration die. Wisdom save.
So I think Akashi watches that whole thing and he's just like, ooh,
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Well,
nice.
And I'll give a Bardic
Okay.
Inspiration die to Ari because I can tell she's...
I mean, yeah, she's surrounded, so that makes sense.
In a not great place right now.
Okay,
Kind of.
cool.
Okay, I would like to step right here as to not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
And I would like to stab at the dragon.
Yeah, do it.
Um,
CRE, drop her longbow, step around, brandish her machetes, and attack.
yeah, do I want to do my machetes or do I want to do temperance? That's really the question.
Mhm.
Temperance has I could use a bonus action though to use with my short swords. I can't do that with temperance, so yeah, I guess I will do that. I will use my short swords.
Yep.
Okay,
Both
so
of those
this
are a
is
hit.
so we'll do that, and then so minus my dex, so that's 10 damage for my
You
first attack.
kill it.
Yes!
So what does this
I
look
killed
like?
a dragon.
Yeah, what does this look like?
I
You
just
kill
like
this poor, defenseless, cute dragon.
I don't care. It's a dragon. I mean, this is so sad because I really do in real life love dragons, like Toothless.
Yeah.
Awesome. But Ari hates dragons.
I had a whole thing with
Anything
this
to do
dragon
with
too, and you just killed it.
I don't care. I'm not gonna kill the dragon.
It bit me. It
fine.
deserved it.
There's like
I
all
mean-
that build up and it went down.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I'm okay with it.
I wanted the dragon, Caleb. If it's any consolation.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was kind of a weak dragon, so
Well, you know, Buck was weak at first too.
it's fine.
He's still weak, but yeah.
Okay, and then so yeah, I just like slash at it.
Okay.
And then I want to use my second
Yeah, it
attack
just
to
crumples
attack.
to the ground.
I want to attack this
Do you
one.
want to move your hunter's mark?
I guess I will. But I'm not long ranging, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
It-
okay.
I don't
I
damage
forgot
anything
how
long
hunter's
range.
mark worked.
I guess I'll move it to the one that's
To
next
this guy.
to me,
Or,
but
or yeah, this guy.
because the one that I had marked was the dragon, so I guess I'll just mark this
Mhm.
one. But I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm not doing ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then my second short sword attack, 22.
Yep.
I clicked it. There it goes. 11 damage.
Cool. Yeah, I slashed one of these
Dang.
dudes. Good job. Good job.
Just like, yes, come into the light.
Yeah.
So I can get you.
Come here so I can slash you. All right. It's the dragon's turn.
But it's dead.
It just makes one successful death save.
Oh, we're doing death saves for the dragon?
Yeah,
Yes,
well, I'm
please.
curious as to like the specifics of because there's something that could happen here. It's also the girls. The snake
Is it
lady's
gonna
turn.
start obeying me?
Okay, so that's a success.
Wait,
for
why
her
are you
too.
doing death saves for NPCs now?
Because-
this makes no sense.
Because technically they should always get death saves because the rules work exactly the same for them. We just finagle it because
Man,
we assume
you
they're
didn't
gonna die.
do any for Oatly.
Yes, but Oatly like, yeah, you're right. No, I didn't. I mean, it's he kind of like literally like cut his throat though. Like like the
Yeah.
guy would have made sure he was dead before leaving. He wouldn't have just like left and been
Because
like.
you can also make someone fail a death save.
Exactly,
If you, like,
yeah.
keep stabbing them.
You just keep stabbing him. Yeah.
I mean, fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's not how we've been doing it in the past, but sure.
Because I've been kind to
Whatever.
you.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yes, you
I-
killed Oatly with kindness.
Let
Yeah.
the dragon live.
I
Hashtag dragon.
I don't
okay.
want
scatter.
Snake Lady to live, is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Snake Lady's dead.
Brood
But
guard.
she
Okay.
just made a death save.
She did, yeah. I'm just curious. So Brood Guard, they are going to attack you, Ori. So this one's gonna move here, so they're gonna flank you.
But if the dragon is like a phoenix dragon and it burns and it comes back to life.
It's not fire based, so sorry.
Ice phoenix.
With advantage, they both hit.
Oof.
And the rest of these, those are all the attacks that are against you, Ari.
Oh my
oh
god.
my God.
1,
what?
2, 3, 4.
No.
What's your AC?
16?
Okay, so only the last two don't hit.
4. 4 hit.
Gosh.
Bites and 2 claws.
My God. The
So
heck?
14, 23, 30. 30 damage. These things are just tearing into you. Like, you're surrounded. Yeah, I mean, it's a bad day for Ari. All right, it is
Awesome.
this dude. And I think that, honestly, he realizes his spell failed. He's like, okay. He looks at Raia. He sees that you have the orb. And I think he turns around and he goes back over to where the snake lady was.
The snady.
The snake. Yeah, I definitely did that. And I think he's gonna try to finish the ritual himself. So I'm gonna make a check for him. He doesn't have the religious training that she does, but he can make a check. And he
Nope.
fails. So he's kind of like fumbling with it, and he's like frustrated. He like swears and like tosses something. Yeah, he's mad. And I think that's his turn. So Raia, you're back to reality. You have this orb in your hand. You've been given the knowledge of what the orb is and like a basic idea of what the orb is and what like
Not really.
I mean, yeah,
Nobody told me
you know
anything.
something about the orb. You have to test the limits of what it can do. Like you'd have to like actively like try to do something. But I think one thing that does happen right away is this weird feeling. It's like another tugging sensation. It's almost like the tugging sensation towards the orb didn't go away and instead was just redirected at some other point. You feel some weird tugging in another direction. Just subconsciously. As if like there's something you need to do. There's like something important that somewhere different from here is going on and maybe you need to be a part of that. But like it's fine. Like you don't have to go after it now. But like you may have had the Geish spell cast on you. Which means that you have
What is
a
that?
compelled quest. I'll find it and post it in chat. It's not
What
letting
is
me post this easily. I think I need to drag it into someone's care sheet first. Let me do this real quick. So that is the gauge spell. There's a magical command that's been placed on you. Forcing you to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of activity as you decide. The creature can understand you. So, I guess, I mean, there's no wisdom saving throw. This just happens because you took the orb. But, so basically what it is you have the quest to save the god of death. You have this in your mind now. You have this magical compulsion that you want to save the god of death. And if you don't do it, each time you take a course of action directly counter to your instructions, once a day, you take 5d10 psychic damage.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
no.
that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. So directly counters, like if I felt it tugging one way, and I'm like, nope, I'm just
exactly.
like right now I can fight everybody because
it's fine.
Out of here alive.
Yes.
But like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So am I holding the orb right now?
Yes, you're holding the orb. You have it in your hands. You can attempt to do something with it if you like.
Laser beam at somebody.
That's what I was like. Can I just like go like?
Yeah, like attack.
I
Yeah.
choose you.
I'm gonna make a charisma check.
Charisma?
Charisma, yeah.
Charisma.
Make a charisma check.
Okay.
Oh my
correct.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, Raya.
And I'm doing it against like the guy who's doing.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of course. Yeah. So
I wanted to kill him.
you realize something about the orb. You know something it can do now. So you can let's see.
You can kill somebody instantly with it?
A couple of minor features get like you figure out what the orb, like a couple of things the orb can do.
Okay.
You automatically get a +1 bonus to your armor class, just naturally, if you have the orb.
Okay.
You are now you can now speak and understand primordial while the item is on your person, so you immediately understand fire genasi. And as an action, you can cast the sphere spell on a person with this orb. And then you roll a d6, and on a roll of 1 to 5, you can't cast it again until the next dawn. That is the abilities you have revealed for yourself with this orb.
But if I get a 6, is it automatically recharged immediately?
Yes. And yeah, there may be other things that like happen with this orb later on, but this is what you've revealed about it so far.
Okay, let me go get the sphere spell and add it to my.
Yeah, do it.
What is? I don't even know what it is. Casting a spell. Sphere. Spells. Sphere. Okay. Wait. That's what it is? No. Sphere. No, that's not what any of that is. The spell is just sphere, or is it?
No, fear. Sorry, the word fear. With an F.
Fear.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Like, is
Yeah, I
she
was
saying
like,
sphere?
what?
No,
Okay,
sorry,
let
fear.
me
The
add
fear spell.
I was like,
I was like, what?
Like I understood that he said fear, so I'm like, why
I
is
did
Emily
not.
saying spear?
I did not hear.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
well, that's the
what-
thing. I was
What
expecting.
level is that? Will it just do it?
It's 3rd
Let's
level.
see. Go. There it is. Boop.
Dang.
Whoa.
Pretty good.
Okay. Okay. So, do I automatically cast it because I was already?
Yes, yeah,
concentrating on
that's
that
what you
guy?
do. Yep, you just cast it at
Okay.
this guy, for sure. So this
Okay,
guy, you're
'cause I
doing
was
it on?
like, yeah,
Yeah.
So let me put it on there. Boop.
So we now have 2 dissonant whispers.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I don't know if it does damage.
Oh,
it doesn't do any damage.
I don't really want to do
But
it
the-
because it's another concentration spell, but I wouldn't know that.
I don't think I think it automatically concentrates. I'll give you that.
So like the sphere
Yeah, the
concentrates on it?
orb is
the orb
itself
does it.
doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like,
Yeah.
I have beacon and hope. I don't want to get
No,
rid
yeah,
of
no.
that with
This is automatically kind of.
I totally like imagine the orb as having like a pair of eyes and a mouth, and then when it concentrates, it's just like,
Yeah. So it's gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it against
Or,
my
sorry, wait.
DC?
Ignore that.
Or is it
Ignore that.
against-
That's not actually his saving.
Or is it
That's
against
his saving throw. Wow. Okay. That's dumb. He had a higher roll on that, and he failed miserably.
Would
Okay.
it have been like, does the orb have a different?
No, it would be. I think it would be your
wisdom DC, or is
same
it just me?
thing. It would be your same DC. Yeah.
Okay.
For simplicity's sake. So it failed. It drops whatever it's holding, so it drops like the ritual stuff, and it becomes frightened for the duration. So the duration is up to 1 minute. And while frightened by the spell, the creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest route available on each of its turns, unless there's nowhere to move. So he just runs. He just runs.
Dang it, that's not good.
Down the stairs.
into the cloud of
That's
daggers.
not. I didn't get to do that.
Oh,
That's why that's not good.
yeah.
It's
But I mean, this
okay.
is Raia just like pointing it at him, just be like, do a thing. Yeah, and so
I
it
don't know
runs.
what I'm doing.
It runs downstairs. And it's Akashi's turn, unless you have a thing you want to do, Raia. That was your action. But...
I want to use my bonus action to
Okay.
heal Ari.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
after you gotta like stop staring at the orb, you hear Ari like cry out in pain, and you're like, healing word.
So you automatically will get 14.
So I'm just gonna like delete the orb off the map here.
Okay.
Because you have it in
Because
your
I
hands
have
right
it
now.
now. Yeah, because I think it'll automatically be. Oh no! Yeah, 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus another 4 is 14. And then I also get 4.
Nice.
Thanks.
Cool. All right, Akashi, it is your turn.
Okay, so for me to put away the bow, what would that be?
And you
You can just drop it if you want.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah, if you want to put it away, you can put it away as part of your move action, I guess. Yeah, there's no reason. But like getting out another weapon is gonna be like a thing.
I have fists.
Yeah. So
So
if
I
you
don't
just
need
want
to
to, if
get
you want to put away your bow as part of your move action, you can just like punch things. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I mean, because I was going to use my bonus. No, I don't need. Okay, yeah. So if I just want to put the bow away and run down behind this guy.
And then
And
punchy
I
punch.
I want a punchy punch
Okay, do it.
With advantage.
with advantage. Yes.
Do people around me have to make wisdom saving throws now?
No.
Ah, dang it.
you don't inspire terror wherever you go. Let's double check that. That is a hit.
Dead.
Nope. But it hurt.
Unarmed strike.
Oh,
good thing you had advantage.
Yeah.
You go straight through him and punch Ari instead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that would be if the other way around happened. Yeah, so it doesn't kill him, but yeah, you've done a lot of damage to this
I
dude.
have done 25 damage to him and he's not dead.
No.
Well, he needs to be dead.
Ari was beating up the
So-
other one across from
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
so-
I am going to spend a key point and
Okay.
I'm going to kill it.
Okay, sounds good.
But well, no, hold on. Should I spend a key point or should I just punch it again? Because I can punch it again for free.
Just punch it again for free.
Yeah, I'll do
Use your
that.
bonus action
Save,
to punch it.
save key
Yeah.
points.
Punch.
We're about to
A punch,
need
a
them.
punch.
Whoa.
Oh, dang!
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. It is definitely very dead.
Yay!
Yeah,
Now
so
you
describe
got
to us, Akashi, how do you just post-sauce this dude?
So I think what happens is Akashi runs, like he sees Ari's kind of in trouble and he's killed, like he's taken out his main target. So he runs down and he just like runs behind him and kicks the reptile's like spine inward and like starts just to like crack his bones, and then maybe like one of the bones pops up and then he slams the bone that like pops out of place. He slams it down.
Gross. Awesome. I love it.
And then with the third one, he just like spins around and he slams his elbow into the same spot that bone is and just completely shatters the spine.
Oh, yeah, for sure. His spine is so shattered.
Yay.
With
Cool.
with 2 natural 20s, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Goodness
do whatever
gracious.
you want.
All right, cool. Toity.
Fatality. Flawless victory. I
think what I should do
I
best.
built this character based on a Mortal Kombat character, so
Perfect.
I'm going to run up right here. Do I want to do it this way? I'm going to run up here. Cast. Oh, wait. I missed. No, I'm good. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level on this guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a wisdom save.
Yes. It really needs to work.
He failed.
But it works. Okay, so he takes 16 damage, runs.
Okay.
I'm going to stab him with my rapier.
Um,
22
it
damage
is
total.
Not dead.
I'm going to turn to the others and say, we need to leave now, and make my way to the door.
Yeah. Okay, Ari.
Slashy slash.
Do a slashy slash.
kill it, man, Ari. Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, boy.
So one is the first one is my regular attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
9.
9, and then that crit is my bonus action.
Yep.
So this will be those 2 things are without my
dead. Very dead.
Okay, cool. I'm like trying to be calculating. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's definitely dead.
So how did Ari
So
study this?
I mean, I don't know.
Like a machete would. I don't know.
The machete. I don't know.
You treat
I
him
think
like he's just
so. I
grass.
hear Toity yell, "We need to go," and I say, "Raia, you have the orb." Like that's my reaction, or is my free action, I should say.
Right.
Yeah.
You staring at it like, yes, I do.
Okay, let's go.
And you just like bring your machetes down and just take this thing out. Cool.
Question: How big is this dragon?
It is. I want to say it's small. It's like the size of Toity.
I want to take it as a trophy.
Okay. Like the whole
So,
body.
like on my way out, I just want to grab it and just take it.
Totally cool with that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. He's
So
like, yeah, I can make a cool trophy out of it. Stuff it.
1, 2, 3,
Tax
4. So I mean, I'm heading
Welcome
to
to
the door.
Ari's taxidermy service.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys get to
You
the door.
My
Get
first
it,
dragon
we
kill in
stuff
this
it.
island.
It's true. It is that dragon's turn, and it makes another successful death saving throw. The they
you
keep getting the same roll. What is going on? So
They're
she gets
bound.
a successful one too. All right, it's the Brood Guard's turns. I think they just run. I mean, I think they're just like. I mean, they both literally have like 2 hit points. Yeah, they both have 2 hit points. So I think they just run. Yeah, I think they're like, well, our leader ran, so running time, I guess. And they just like book it out of the room. And yeah, I think that's where combat ends because you guys run, right?
Can I go make sure that that lady dies? Like,
Yeah, you
can
can.
I,
You can.
hit her once?
Yeah, you just want to walk over and like smash her head in.
Are you gonna scare her to death?
Literally.
Bash
Yeah,
her
I'm
head
gonna-
with the orb.
Not with the orb. No, I'm gonna use my mace.
Bashes her skull in. Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah. So Raia, with one hand holding the orb, the other hand holding your mace, you just smash her head in. Yep. There you go. You killed her.
Cool. And then I'll leave.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys leave.
Is which way is the orb pulling me?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the actual direction
The
of this.
shrine.
Let's see. It's pulling you. It's actually pulling you in the direction you're like out the door down the staircase. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't have any issues with it right now.
Yeah.
Is there any way
See
we
what
can
I-
trap the door?
You could try to do
Akashi's
that.
here.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I might actually. Do I have any traps? I can't remember. I don't. I just have a grappling hook.
Do you have any ball bearings?
How is darkness a concentration spell?
darkness.
Um,
I think so. It is, yeah, because when we
Okay.
did
Never
it
mind
last
then.
time with the quickling things, it was a concentration spell.
I was gonna say casting darkness near the door would be useful because it'd make them harder.
I mean,
Pretty much-
they can't see us. They already ran away.
I know, but
If they're following.
we just sent a group of people running out of the tower. People are going to be following us very soon.
I would like to put.
So, question: when Raia gets within 20 feet of us, do we all have to make wisdom saves again, or is that just
Nope.
done?
No.
Cool.
I also put the orb out of sight.
Okay.
Shove it in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, can I try to like jam the door with
No,
something?
but you
Um,
can try and jelly it.
Oh! I'm so marmalade
Jam,
right now. That was
jelly.
a great joke.
Jam is another word for jelly. It's a different type.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't. It's not that funny, honestly. I don't.
Alyssa, are you more surprised at the joke in general, or the surprise that M said it? In one of myself.
I don't think I
herself?
get the joke is the problem.
Oh,
Yeah, it's honestly not like I don't know what it means either.
Can
So you're
you
just
jam
laughing
the
because
door?
whatever.
No, okay, but I don't know. Can you jelly it?
You
Jam it?
Can I like
Just moving right past that. What's up?
Can she jam the door?
Right. Oh, so jamming.
Yes.
So it's like a stone door. Honestly, if Darius was here, he could like totally do that, but because he was like a stonemason and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You can make a investigation check, I guess, if you want to take a
I mean,
couple
I don't
seconds
think
to-
she would take a couple
Yeah,
seconds.
like it doesn't. It's not obvious to you right away how you could jam it.
It was I thought it was a wood door, so
No.
I think as we're running out, I throw. Hold on, let me figure out exactly how many.
are you gonna make one more death save for the dragon? Just curious.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna just do that right now.
I think our best option is to cast darkness on the door so they can't find it, and then even if they open it, they can't see past it.
Okay, how many hours is it gonna wake up now?
We need to detain that thing.
3 hours. Cool. I'm kind of sad that it's like a dragon from another world because I really want to speak Draconic to things, but I don't think it would work.
It's fair.
Okay, so I mean, I think we just run. Like, I don't think we set up any traps or anything unless you
Well, I
have like
think
ball
as
bearing.
we're. I mean, I have lots of things. As we are running out, right in front of the door, I let loose of 3 bags of caltrops.
Yes!
Yes.
Right. Oh yeah, you should just dump them on the ground. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so like the first 2 squares right outside the door, and one that's like one of the squares right below. Well, I guess because it's like stairs that lead up to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the first couple steps on one of the sides has caltrops, and like the huge first area, that's right outside the door, it's like covered in caltrops, and as we are, getting further out, I'd also no, that'll be enough. I also have iron spikes.
Yes, Sakashi bringing all.
This is why I want a bag of holding. I am like, I am just ready. Like I've totally had it in my head that Akashi would go and scout the lizard's place out himself and be like, okay, I know where this is and where that is and where that is, and we can plan this little thing out, and we can like make diversions and distractions. I can set little traps and stuff, and I can be super stealthy and get in and out, and we can just do this nice finesse, clean, in and out, done.
I could see it.
Sounds like the job of an assassin.
Exactly.
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 Ah!
I hope she dies.
I know you do.
Oh my god.
Emily just said one day her goal is to kill Yi.
Kill you. Yeah.
Okay, so is like these two timelines are going on at the exact same time or relatively?
It's unclear. We don't
Okay.
know what the timeline is for side stories because I like the idea of being unclear about that so we can find out when one of the characters ends up like crossing over, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I like to be unclear
Like
about
I
it.
just love the idea of Yi and Akashi.
Meeting,
Yeah,
fighting.
meeting or fighting or both.
I mean, they would meet if they fought. So,
I mean, not necessarily.
yeah, I mean, if by meet you mean like have a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
we get away.
yeah, you run down the stairs, right? Ari is hoisting a dragon along with her. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, it's just like one hand, but I'm like
Yeah.
carrying it.
Why did you
I'm
bring
just
something
kind of
with
like,
you?
doesn't she hate dragons?
I do. It's a trophy.
It doesn't look. Is it dead?
I killed it.
You could try to double check, Ari.
Let me make a medicine check.
DC 10. Yeah. So
Uh,
you realize it's alive.
Crap.
You brought
Okay,
a live
so-
dragon with us.
Okay, so it's unconscious. I could
So I
kill
imagine
it
you guys
now.
I imagine you guys have gotten down the stairs at this point, and you like the big doors with the road is the death is the road to awe thing have like closed behind you magically, and you're like standing in this big like catacomb room, and this is happening. Yeah, and so you look down at it, Ari, you realize it's alive. What do you do? Do you just kill it?
The player in me is like, no, don't kill
Uh-huh.
it. Because I want to talk to it. But then
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, Ari would not show mercy to a dragon.
Hold on. I like, would I be able to roll a perception check to be able to tell, like, if, like, to kind of like see maybe it's a young dragon and it was with them and maybe it wouldn't.
Would that be like a nature
Insight.
or
That would be
It did
Arcana.
decent damage to us.
Anna?
Like, I guess my question is, would I be able to tell if it woke up, would it immediately start attacking us, or?
I mean, it seemed to really like that snake lady, and was kind of mad at you for attacking her.
Yeah. I mean, I could chain it up. I could literally chain this dragon up.
No, I don't think. Unless you guys like persuade me otherwise to not kill it, I'm going to kill it. Like, for good.
Want it to
Go-
die.
Not just
Go right
regular
ahead.
kill it, super kill.
I'm like, oh, crap. It's still alive somehow.
So the moment before you do that, Ari, we cut away to the room with the orb was once in. And we hear some commotion from somewhere. And then we get a shot of the Lizard King from before walking up into the tower and then like, no, like shouting, and then walking into the room and just like looking at the situation and like looking at like the dead snake lady, going over like shaking her a little bit, and then she's obviously like very dead. And he looks at the stuff with the ritual, and I think he kind of like says to himself like, no, this can't be the end of this. I didn't work this hard. He's saying this to him like there's a couple other lizard folk like who've come up behind him. He like looks at them, and he looks at one of like a guy who kind of looks like a lizard folk shaman, and he says, I didn't raise that thing just to have it die in a place like this. They took the body. You know what you have to do. And then the shamans like come over and they start doing some sort of ritual.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Though, because of the obelisk, would it become undead?
Are we that close to the obelisk?
You're not that close to the obelisk.
Plus, it's not dead.
No, and yeah, I mean, yeah, Ix isn't dead. Like the dragon isn't for sure. Well, so what happens is the moment before you do this, Ari, like in the timeline, they basically do like they set off a thing, where they say, I think like the shaman like says to the village folk like, if we do this, we can't control it. And then the Lizardfolk King says, it doesn't matter if we control it anymore. They need to die.
How long would this have taken? All we did was
You ran down the stairs. It took a couple of minutes.
It took 5 minutes to get
exactly.
there.
You can still run down the stairs. This is like
Can
literally.
we at least say that they make like some kind of religion check to see if they can even do it?
Yeah.
Well, because
I think
like,
that's
this
fair.
is awful fast for this lizard guy to come in, do this whole monologue, and be like, no.
Okay,
you must
yeah.
do
So I
this.
think what
And then
happens,
they're like,
honestly,
"Ah, we must, we
I think
can
what happens is,
control
you
it."
stab it, like you kill it, right? And then you guys start running, right? And I think you guys get to the middle of the catacomb. We've cut away from them at this point, right? Get to the middle of the catacomb, and it starts glowing. The dragon does, with its weird like iridescent, like starlight almost, right? Like weird starry shimmering.
Can make some kind of Arcana check or something.
Yeah, do you want to make an Arcana check to figure out what's going on?
Yeah.
And you've certainly never seen a dragon like this before.
Nope.
Ari has absolutely no idea what's going on. Someone else would like to. They could.
I would like to.
No,
I also know nothing.
Raia, you can make yours with advantage if you would like to make an Arcana roll, because of the orb. Nope.
Can I do? Would I still have the bardic inspiration? Because I never used it. Has it been 10 minutes?
I don't think it has been 10 minutes. Yeah.
Probably not. Nope.
Okay. Okay. I guess I have to.
15?
I mean, you get this weird sense. You feel awfully sad when Ari kills the dragon.
I'm sad.
Yeah, that's what you feel from this. Like you have a weird affinity for it, almost. Yeah, Akashi, would you like to make an Arcana check just to see if you know anything?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's like, if I should try to do this with inspiration and try to get inspiration.
I don't think it's that important, to be honest.
If Caleb,
Why am I
put
sad
effort-
about it?
Emily.
Hi, Chase.
Yo, Chase.
Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Seth.
Hi, Chase.
Oh, Jordan. I was
Hi.
looking at his other name.
He's like
I was
Akashi.
like, I'm
who's-
pretty sure that's not his name.
I mean, you could call me Akashi.
I just want to say hi. Hopefully, everybody.
I don't think he can hear us, Jordan.
Okay.
Bye. Emily, I love your shirt that you gave to me, and the shirt that you're wearing. I think it's pretty cool too.
Oh boy. Sorry, what were you saying, Jordan?
Arcana. Should I roll with inspiration or not?
Don't waste it.
I don't have it right now. It's a matter of getting it and using it.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't think it's that important. It's up to you.
Mhm.
Do whatever you want.
But not drugs. Don't do
I
drugs.
I just can't justify a reason for
Yeah.
Akashi to.
Somehow you know.
You know it's
So
going
Akashi, remind me of like, what's a situation that you might have like encountered a dragon before?
Think the dragon is the symbol of the new clan that was formed when the hold on, I've got to get these names right. I think it is the symbol of the Atarashi Hito clan when the
Of course.
Shubor Ko split off.
Sure. So Akashi, I think. Right. So that was that's the
So like
the
it's
symbol of your
it's their
clan.
symbol, and they hold dragons in high regard, and it's not actually it's not Akashi's clan. It's like a sister/brother clan.
Sure. So who was in this clan as relation to you? Like, you're not in this clan then? You're saying?
I am not in this clan. This clan was split off from my clan.
Your clan.
And so there is a different clan that was split off from my clan, and then those people were terrible and like horrible leaders, and they like some rebels started to rise up from it, and us being like, hey, those are like our brothers or something. They're like, okay, we're gonna go help them. So they formed an alliance.
Yeah. So I think you remember. Take inspiration, by the way. I think you remember. I mean, the reason why this clan, and this is the thing I'm going to add, the reason why this clan has the symbol of a dragon is because when they were kind of forming, a comet, an asteroid, a meteorite, as it were, some sort of celestial object crashed into their homeland, like crashed nearby them. And from it, they found a dragon.
Ooh.
That is what you remember.
Oh, I dig.
And this dragon reminds you of that. And you seem to remember a certain ability of these dragons. Phoenix-like. They tend to rise from the ashes. And so we see Ari holding this dragon. And Ari, suddenly your arms start to burn.
I mean, I let go of it.
Yeah, and you drop it.
Into the pit?
No, it's just like you're in like this, surrounded by tombs, right? You drop it, and suddenly it starts to like the material of the dragon, like the dragon's body starts to like weirdly like pulse and shimmer, and it's as if a star is born, like the birth of a star, right?
Bethlehem.
These
Starring
sort of
Lady Gaga. And
well, that's the thing, right? It's like the like sort of. It looks like, for a modern audience, this would look like a star exploding, right? And
Supernova?
so suddenly, yeah, supernova. Thank you. It's suddenly the room is just filled with light. You are all immediately blinded, unless you want to make a Constitution saving throw. Make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. Or else be blinded.
Excellent.
I make it, yeah.
Yeah.
Should I use my inspiration?
Seth makes it. Awesome, 20.
You said
Nope.
Raia fails.
Fine.
You said 15.
Yes.
I'm gonna use it. Inspiration. Roll it. Come on. Oh, there it is.
There you go. So Raia, you're the only one who's blinded by this.
Blinded by the light.
But suddenly, you see when the light fades, you see this in front of you. A gigantic, like dark dragon that seems like it was born from starlight. Has like this shimmering star field. And it stands there and it looks at you and it says, well, here, let's find it.
I can understand it. No one else can. Maybe.
Technically, Raia can as well.
Okay.
What does it speak in?
It says in Primordial.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, it says in Primordial.
It seems we have some unfinished business to tend. You killed someone very important to me. You will die now.
And then that is where we end our session for this week.
I was about to pull out my rod of rulership.
I mean, you could try that if we want to. I mean, yeah.
We'll do it later. We'll do it. No, we'll do it later.
Because this is the thing. The thing is, we're not meeting next week.
That's
so,
true.
This is a thing that could happen. And this is the thing, right? I'd rather have this happen at the end of this session than have that happen at the beginning of the next session, because it's kind of an anticlimactic moment for next session. So go ahead and do that. If you're going to take the rod of rulership
I pull out my
you
rod of rulership and I point it at it.
What do you say?
Well, it doesn't have to understand me, but I guess I could say.
I mean, yeah, for dramatic effect. What does Toy say?
Oh, so what did he say again? So don't remember what he said.
He said, "You killed someone very important to me. You will die now."
I just pull out. No, thank you. It's really simple.
No, thank you. Sure.
For dramatic effect.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
DC
Okay.
15 wisdom
Yeah,
save.
DC 15 wisdom save. Let's do this.
Oh my god.
It fails.
I am its master.
I'm honestly so into that as what happens here.
Wait, how long can you control it for?
8
hours.
Oh my god!
We are going to
Kill
use it to
everybody.
wipe out.
So
That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh my god!
it regards you as its trusted leader. So what happens is so it was like
broke the boss.
I think it was just no. I'm totally into this, guys. I'm totally into this. So I think what happens is it was looking at Raia when it said this, right? Because like it senses somehow that like you like killed its master.
I smushed her head.
Yeah, you smushed her head. And it was kind of probably looking at Raia and Ari. And so Toity like stands in front of Raia, right, and says this, and then suddenly it seems like it realizes something, and it like corks its head, and it says, "Where did
you get that?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna cast tongues on myself.
But
And
you can already speak.
you can already speak? It's speaking primordial.
I can't speak. Wait,
You can.
Oh, wait,
That's
Genasi.
fine.
the Fire
primordial.
Genasi
It's not
language.
Fire Genasi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought those were different. Okay.
Nope.
I will turn and say that's not important.
Of course. I assume that you are from Xibalba then. I'm sorry that I didn't recognize it earlier. I smell it on you.
I got whatever. I'm gonna just turn and say, return to your former masters.
No,
And-
what?
Wait, no. Wait.
Let him finish.
And I was gonna say return to your former masters and destroy them.
So let's double check on the
where the masters are.
well, let's double check on the way the Rod of Rulership works. To make sure that you can do that, like that it wouldn't like break it.
Well, charm
commanded to do
is
something
figure-
contrary to its. If harmed by your companions, or commanded to do something contrary to its nature, a target ceases to be charmed in this way. I think if you explained to them what was going on, if you explained to this dragon, or like persuaded them, you could probably do it without breaking
We're
the charm.
trying to protect the orb.
Oh, I'll actually, I'll say that. We are trying to protect the orb.
That is what I was trying to do. I was told that you are usurpers, here to take what was rightfully mine.
I take it out of my bag, and I'm
Its eyes
facing
glow
towards the-
like with starlight.
I'm actually facing towards the wall, so I'm not facing it at all because I'm blind.
Right.
I don't know where anything is,
Yeah.
and so I'm like facing towards the wall.
Can I
and
just,
I
like-
have the orb.
Yeah. Ari just
spin
like
her
spins
towards
it. Yeah.
I spin her towards it. You can hear
And-
it, Ari. Right.
And I tell the dragon, I'm the new chosen one, guardian of the orb of the Orb of Xibalba.
Protect her, and you are protecting the orb.
I was told that if one from across the ocean took the orb again, it would lead to destruction.
Well, you are misinformed.
Explain.
Can I just say, like, I explain, like, oh,
Yeah, you
you
give him the
explain,
backstory.
like-
because there's a lot of backstory
Yeah.
that even I'm like, I don't remember.
I would just kind of be like, would the orb have chosen me if it would have led to complete destruction?
I mean,
The orb chose the betrayer.
so yes.
I mean,
And we all still exist now.
It worked out fine. Yeah, I mean, so this is honestly a weird like little situation that's happening here because I mean this dragon was obviously with the
With the
yuan-ti.
sea people, but he said the betrayer.
Yeah, it's a weird thing going on here. They must have lied to it or something.
I'll probably do that. I'll explain like what happened with the former betrayer and everything. Like he betrayed to the yuan-ti. It was supposed to be of the fire genasi. In fact, he's speaking primordial, not snake.
Right. So what he says is,
That is not what I was told.
And I am sorry you are misinformed.
No, you are wrong. The betrayer betrayed the yuan-ti, the seven serpents. They were trying to bring balance. They were trying to stop Xibalba from doing something that would just doom all of us.
Isn't it supposed to regard me as its trusted leader? So it's supposed
no,
to...
yeah. Like that's the thing. You're completely reversing everything it thought it knew about life. So it's taking a little bit to kind of like help it here. So I mean, what's the thing that you try to like persuade him with?
Guys,
How will you
here's a
persuade him that
question.
this is true?
What if the seven serpents are the good guys?
I don't know. They
What if
didn't.
Fire Genasi are lying to us.
How about we just kill them all?
It doesn't
nice.
matter.
Kala, nice.
Yeah.
Maybe...
We're the good guys. Them.
No one but us are the good guys.
What would I try and persuade it with?
Try dog treats.
Not sure. I'm trying to think. Who are you told the betrayer was how are you told that the betrayer betrayed?
The story that I have been told is that the betrayer worked with she of the Jade Skirt, our beloved empress. And when she of the Jade Skirt discovered the plans that Xibalba was making to finalize death, to bring us all down to the pit, that was when she knew she had to intervene. She took the orb, given willingly by the Guardian, but the Guardian did not tell her what would happen when she took it. The tricks that Xibalba had played to make it lash out at her and disform her. The Guardian is a trickster. She, the Jade Skirt, was merely trying to save us from death. She mortally wounded Xibalba, and he has been fading ever since.
I did not hear some of that because of the filter.
Sorry, yeah. What did you not hear? Or I guess what did you hear?
There's one specific word I'm trying to think of. So the fire genasi, like he found out Xibalba was going to kill them all essentially. So the snake person was going to
stop him basically. Yeah,
was going to stop him.
The Guardian gave her the orb, didn't tell her that it would like deform her and like lash out at her if she tried to use it. She tried to use the orb to like defeat Xibalba. She mortally wounded him, and so he's been fading ever since. But she also got really mortally wounded in the process.
Fading ever since. Okay.
Yes. So there's more of a battle than like a genocide, is what it seems like. If he's telling the truth, right? Like, that's the story that.
Well, I mean, you could try to roll insight to see if he's lying, but the thing is that the dragon believes
it.
The dragon believes it.
Yeah.
The
So
dragon's
even
not
if it is
lying
a
to you.
lie, like the dragon's not lying to you.
But I'm pretty sure that you know what I think might be the best thing to do, and it actually would be a good stopping point.
Mhm.
I think we should bring the dragon back to Itokali. I'll probably.
Would I be able to like roll a history check to compare, like?
That's true.
me and the orbs knowledge versus the story?
You could certainly. I mean, you could just talk to the guardian. He's there.
How do I do that?
I don't know. Do you want to try?
Sure.
Okay. What do you say? What do? You just think really hard?
I do like a really ridiculous face.
Yeah. So Ari, you're probably like, you're standing next to Raia. You just like look over, glance over. You see Raia like concentrating. Yeah. And so we go back to the field of blackness, right?
Which I was already in.
It's true. Yeah. So you suddenly have sight again. Basically, it's what happens. Because it's in your mind, and you see, you see the guardian. You see his weird like half and half like snake and fire genasi thing going on. And he is, so I think, it's actually, instead of going to the blackness, I think you go to, you're in the tower again, is where you are. I think on the top of the tower. So you're like looking out over a non-ruined city. Yeah, the guardian's kind of like looking over, like dramatically like looking off into the distance, and you're like looking at its back. What do you say?
Hello.
He turns back. Yes.
Hey, is what the dragon is saying is true?
What part of it?
Like, was she of the jade skirt really trying to save her people? Or did she just want power?
He smiles almost sadly, and he says, I don't know, Raia. I've been asking myself the same question for 700 years.
Oh, wait, is this the caretaker, or is this...
No, this is the guardian. This is Isaac.
Okay, so he's the betrayer.
He's the betrayer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has many names. Isaac is the least interesting of them.
Isaac the betrayer.
Isaac the betrayer, yeah. Yeah, so he says at you, he looks sad, right? Like, he looks at you, right? He's like, I betrayed 2 gods, and both of them stabbed me in the back. I don't know who I was... I don't know what was right. I don't know what I should have done. I replayed it in my mind 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. You'll have to figure this out on your own, Raia. You can make an insight check to see if he's lying to you.
Okay.
You don't know. Yeah.
Also, can I just be like, also, do you know about this dragon? Like, what is it?
Make a charisma check.
A check?
Pride
Yeah.
and charisma.
Hey.
Dang.
Yeah, okay, cool. So he looks as if he doesn't want to tell you, but then we have this weird moment of Raia like channeling the power of the orb, and you're like, no, you will tell me this, right? And he kind of like winces slightly, and he's like, you're learning quickly, Raia. And he says, that is a void dragon.
A void dragon?
Avoid him at all costs.
Yeah, he says, its name is Ix. It's, well, the void dragons. They come from Xibalba.
Oh, how interesting.
They used to work for the caretaker. I don't know what they're doing now, honestly. It's not surprising, though, to see one of them with a 7 serpent. They've been adrift without a master for a while now.
Is there a way to kill one?
Oh, they can die, like anything else. There's always the part about being reborn in Xibalba. This happened a little bit more quickly than I expected. It seems like the lizard folk that were raising this thing found a way to, well, they found a way to quicken the reincarnation process.
Expedite the process.
Yeah. Yeah, expedite the process. That's been a recurring line in this game. So I don't know if they can do that again, or if you kill it this time, it will actually stay dead, and rather just reincarnate in Xibalba. But it's definitely going to be harder to kill than it was when it was a small thing.
Wow, I'm
Dang it, I
so
won't get my
shocked by
job.
that information.
He just shrugs. He's like,
We
what do you
just
want
keep
from me,
kill-
Raia?
We just keep
Okay.
killing it over and over and getting experience from it.
Yeah.
Get back up! We'll kill you again!
Okay,
I get knocked down, but I'm reincarnated.
I just kind of go, okay, thanks for your help.
Yeah, he goes back to like
And
looking
then I,
out
like,
over the
close
city.
And I like close my eyes again.
So I
and
think
I'm
it
like,
takes you a while, like you're not sure like how to do it, and it literally gets to the point. It's like a long, awkward pause where it gets to the point he looks back and he's just like, "Oh, for crying out!" and he just snaps his fingers and you're back.
I like wave my hand in front of
Yeah,
Raia. I'm like,
yeah.
Raia, hello.
What?
You like spaced out there for a second.
Spaced out because stars.
Okay. I mean, I don't really know if I have any good information to share right now without going really far into explaining what happened.
I think
I
towards
know
the thing.
literally none of us have any clue what Raia has been like
I
doing.
know, yeah.
Dang it! I was
No one
hoping.
will know.
I was hoping she would explain that because I had a plan based off of what.
I mean, knowing
character
Raia, I don't
said.
feel like she
I
will.
don't think she would.
No, I don't see any relevant information.
I do.
That's nice.
Okay, wait. I think I have a way that I could still come to this conclusion.
Mhm.
Because Willow knew about the betrayer.
Yeah.
I think I turned like, you know what? I think I know someone who could clear up the story a little bit.
So you want to take him to Willow?
That's my best. We have to go there anyway. We were supposed to bring the orb to Willow anyway, so kill two birds with one stone.
I mean, sure, yeah, that's a thing you could do.
Kill one dragon with one orb.
Kill one
So-
dragon with one willow.
It turns to you and it says,
Where? Where is this?
he mentioned being of me being a Xibalba. It's like, was Willow a friend of Xibalba or like a?
well, she was the guardian of the shrine.
It's a guardian of a shrine of Xibalba,
The Forsaken Shrine.
Forsaken Shrine.
Yeah, so he seems surprised by that. And he says,
They told me it was destroyed. So they did lie about one thing.
make a
If you'd
persuasion
like
check.
to see your... Would he get an advantage because I'm helping too?
Yep, sure.
Wait, you're helping? How?
How?
'Cause I'm speaking in the same language as you, saying that.
I mean,
oh,
she's
yeah, the
saying a couple
Forsaken
things.
Yeah,
Shrine.
she's been saying stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can get
Oh, yeah.
advantage.
Oh
my gosh.
X is coming
Whoa.
at us.
Okay. Wow.
We are going to have a pet phoenix, guys.
So
Phoenix
what
dragon of
happens
space.
is I think
Space Phoenix Dragon.
so what's gonna I'm honestly so into this line of inquiry.
Oh my God.
So what happens is
We literally took this boss that Caleb probably spent so much time creating.
No, I'm
and then we're
totally
just like,
into it. I actually didn't
This
even
is
know
the
what was
first
gonna happen
time
with
I-
this.
Now.
This isn't the first time I've done this.
That's true.
Oh,
So-
they existed for a reason.
Mhm. So he looks at you and he says,
I believe you. I will know the truth for myself. I will find it.
I will come with you. And as it says that, it shrinks down into its little baby dragon size.
Oh,
And so yeah, you see the little baby Ix again.
Baby Dragon.
Yeah, and so it looks up at you and it says, "Well, are we going?"
I turn to the others and like, we're going to see Willow.
We're off to
I'm
see the
like-
Willow.
We're
I
off
think
to
we
see
end with-
Willow, the one
I think
from
Ari
Willow.
ends
of
with,
death.
what the bleep just happened?
Yep. And I think that's probably where we end, right? Like with Ari swearing. Yeah. That
How we
sounds
end
like
most sessions.
yeah. That's how we ended last session, actually, too. Basically.
So like, Akashi's like, did we just get a pet void dragon?
Like all Ari and
Akashi
Akashi saw was like a big and it like being menacing, and then me and Toy.
That is true. You didn't understand a word of what was happening.
We didn't understand
and then it
anything.
shrunk down, and everybody's like, "Let's go."
Yep.
So, I guess I'll cast Lesser Restoration on myself, so I'm not blind.
Yeah.
But I understood like something about the dragon, right?
Yeah, you recognize it. Like this
Okay.
dragon was in the legends of like that brother clan of yours.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it came from like a meteorite that like.
Well, the good news
Boys
is, guys,
back home
if we
are not
lose
gonna
it, I
believe
can
it.
track it.
It's true. It's very true.
Oh, wait! I should have
So-
had advantage on that intelligence check.
If
on
he
it.
runs away and you start tracking it, does that
What
mean
did you
you're
roll the
chasing a
intelligence check
star?
for?
Well, I rolled Arcana. Is Arcana Wisdom or is it?
Arcana's intelligence. Let's see. What would you
What did
have?
I get?
You got a 5. And
Oh,
you
you got
a
double
wouldn't
fives
matter.
actually, so
No,
it wouldn't
it
have
doesn't
mattered.
matter. Dang it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like that makes sense.
Can I just make it like now like a different kind of intelligence check on it?
What kind of intelligence check? Like any skill based on intelligence is
Like
would work.
history.
Yeah, you make a history check to see if you know anything about these types of dragons.
Now that you've seen it go
About
down.
anything? Yeah. I mean, so Akashi, would you have mentioned the story of the meteorite? Like, as you guys are like heading out to like Willows.
Yeah, I think Akashi would have mentioned it.
Yeah, I think it's when Akashi mentions this that Ari, you remember a similar story of like a tribe in the Congo when you were there with Lord Navarro. They told a bunch of stories about this like star that fell from the sky and like crashed into a swamp, and like this beast came out of it, and like it created this like it was like a weird. It's really hard to like. The translation was a little weird, but it was some sort of weird like. I'm trying to think of the way they would have said this. As if everything is heavier in that area.
Okay.
Right? So it was like this weird like presence that where this thing made its lair, everything was like heavier. It was harder to do anything that required like lifting or strength or moving.
Okay.
And like it was like this section of swamp that nobody went into because if you did, you died, sort of a thing. And it was like you remember them telling of this like weirdly dark dragon that was there. And it was like really honestly, like Ari didn't understand half of the conversation because it was come through translators, and it's only now that you remember because of Akashi bringing this up. Because the translation was weird, and you probably got weird like mistranslations of things, but you're putting the pieces together and you're like, oh, okay, that sounds familiar.
Got it.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. I think that's our
So we're just
session.
walking out with
Yeah, I think that's our session. I think we walk out. And I think the last thing we see is yeah, so the last thing we see, honestly, though, is Itakali charging the ranks of right? Like that's what happens. And so what we see is we see the lizard folk like come back down from the tower. And the shamans are like shaking their heads and they're saying, I don't think it worked, King. I'm sorry. And the king's like swearing and just like angry, and he's like, no, we have to chase them, we have to go after them. And they walk out and we see like the same place, right, where there's some yuan-ti still remaining. That one particular yuan-ti is like yelling at like one of the lizard folk or whatever, and he comes up and he's like, what have you done? Like they've escaped, like how could you let this happen, sort of thing. They're arguing with each other. The ogres are just kind of like looking around like, what's going on? And then we see Itakali just step into the clearing, and she says, in the name of Xibalba, I will cast you out. I will remove your stain from this island once and for all. And then we hear a
The T-Rex?
and we see the zombie T-Rex step out behind her, and we see also a Spinosaurus there, right, with the lizard folk, and they like the thing turns, and they both roar at each other, and we end with the echo of the roar fading as we fade to
That's
black.
awesome.
And
Nice.
that is our session.
Next
So
session is a bloodbath.
So this is the question I have for you guys. If you got out of the ruins, right, and made your way up back through the secret tunnel, and you heard fighting, would you go back?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
a tour.
We would assume they're coming towards us. I would anyway.
So I
Hard
think
I mean, either I would assume that they turned on each other, or, well, honestly, I just don't care.
yeah. Saying you just be going straight to Willow. Would you go back to the fire encampment where they should have been?
How close is it?
It would have been on the way.
If it's on the way, I imagine we would stop by.
So
I would want to.
Why?
I mean, I don't think Raia would want to because she doesn't want the person to take the orb.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just like, but I'm also just like, why would we?
To let them know that it's safe in our hands.
Right. That would. I mean, that would be. Toity would definitely be like, yeah, we need to go let them know.
Like, don't worry, you're safe.
So what would I feel like that's probably what happens. Because if it's already on the way anyway, like Toity would probably insist.
Is the orb at all? Is the orb fine with me walking? All
It
the way
is. It
forward?
wants you to go in this direction towards the
Oh,
shrine.
perfect.
It's on the way anyway. That's why I figured if it's on the way,
Exactly.
let's just do it. There's no point in.
So you see
Not.
that the camp is empty.
Oh, perfect.
What
There we
would
go.
you do?
Assume they went to the tower. I mean, we can't.
But like at this point, would you just be like, yeah, I guess we can't save them and just keep going?
Yeah, I think. Well, because the dragon's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "Okay, you look big and scary when you're mad. Let's take care of this."
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was the case. So I think what I'm gonna do is sometime between now and next Thursday when we do the Darius little thing again, I'm gonna do a solo session where I'm gonna run the combat and see what happens. Just to see how it turns out, because I could make up how it turns out, but I'd rather like see it play out, honestly. And that would be fun.
For yourself.
Yeah, for me, it would be fun. So
Please stream it.
I'm
I
going
was
to.
gonna say,
I'm for sure gonna stream it.
You're going to stream it, or you're just going to record it and then show it to us after the fact?
No, I'll stream it. I'll stream it, and you guys can. I mean, I trust you not to like metagame off of
Metagame.
it, so like you can watch it if you want to. So that's what I'm gonna do. So one last question I have though, Raia, would you let Miggy know? Because as far as you know, he was like, "Go without
They're
us."
still coming with an army
Yes.
to the tower.
They're so definitely still coming with an army to the tower. And so if you don't do ascending here, then I will also have them show up, and it will be a whole thing. And Mickey might just die off screen.
Could you imagine if both Miggy and Navarro end up dying in that battle? And
That
it's
would
just
be
us?
that would completely change the entire tenor of the campaign.
Twice you would not mind Navarro being gone.
Says the lawful good or
Oh
neutral
my-
good.
Okay.
whatever.
Oh my gosh! Like
So
It would
my
instantly
thing is-
change the campaign from being about colonization to being about like, I guess we're stuck here now. What do we do?
It'd be about like
We're still
survival. It'd be
colonized.
about like survival of the fittest. Like, let's
Right.
just kill everything and then
Yeah.
like.
We have a
Like,
ship.
ours, I guess.
Also, kind of like, would I even think to do that with everything that's
Right.
gone on?
It's up to you. It's totally up to you. And it's also up to you guys. If you guys would have like mentioned this, I mean, I assume Raia's been keeping everybody updated about the state of the army. So
Yeah, and everybody heard my loud explosion. this
right,
morning.
exactly.
I mean,
I'm just curious because that would
actually, you know
determine
what?
some
What
things.
would that? What kind of role would it be to remember that? I'll see if Toady
I
remembers
mean,
it.
yeah, can we all just make rolls to see?
Uh,
if we-
yeah.
Yeah, because that's the
Make
thing.
intelligence
If I-
checks.
if
Make
I
intelligence
remembered,
saves.
I would use my spell.
Everybody make
to
intelligence
do
saves.
it.
Let's say DC 15.
Oh, Toady remembers.
Toady
Okay,
remembers.
so at least Toady
I
remembers.
remember.
Ari remembers. Everyone
Oh, I
remembers,
barely remember.
except for Akashi, but that's fine.
I was gonna say, would I be able to roll with advantage because Akashi's like.
That's true. Honestly, that's so Akashi to remember. I think everyone just remembers. Okay, so
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oops.
let me draft the message real quick.
okay, sure. I love hearing Raia's drafted messages. Oh boy. Well,
Never
here
mind the
while
tower, go
while
back.
that's
I'm
happening.
the new god of death. We're fine.
Yeah, you're right. Well, while that's happening, I'm gonna give you guys some XP. Sound good? Okay. So. Got some brood guards. Got a mind whisperer. We have a pure blood. We have a void dragon.
I mean, honestly, though, what's going to happen after 8 hours? That's what I'm worried about.
Well, honestly, if we let him know the truth,
Okay,
it
so
might not.
with that persuasion check, he's on your side. Like, he will not attack you even when it fails. Like, a crit 30, like, no, he's convinced.
Guys,
If it ends up being that it was a lie, like that like he was right, sort of like the dragon was right and the snake people were right, and that's like the thing that's discovered, that's a different thing. But like for now, he'll be with you.
Hey,
guys.
that would be news to us, though.
It's true. Yeah, exactly.
And then we could just convert to the dragon side. Be
Exactly,
like, okay, we're
yeah.
with you now.
Like, hey, we're on your side.
Be like, oh, the snake people are actually cool? What?
I would just like to point out the fact that we have a space phoenix dragon as our ally right now. Space Phoenix Dragon!
So I would just like to say the whole raising a dragon thing has been in the works since I knew about the lizard folk. And so that was the point, Ari, when you were talking about killing a dragon, I was like, you had the opportunity to fight a dragon and you missed it. That's because it was in the lizard folk thing. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited that you guys got
So I'm really happy with how this turned out. This
Okay, I have my message. I'm gonna send
Okay,
it
go
to
ahead.
Mickey. Thanks for all the help. Fight over for now. All safe. Not needed anymore.
Wait, say it again. I missed it because Kayla started laughing.
Oh boy.
Thanks for all the help. Fight over for now. All safe. Not needed anymore.
Okay, so the last shot of the session that we get is Miggy. He is standing up in front of the crowd of the army, and he is saying, "Please, we need to go help them. They could be dying out there for us." And he's doing this inspiring speech, and then we see like this crowd shifting, right? And the crowd is shifting, and they're like, "Yeah, he's right. And then Navarro like steps up and he says, "You're right, Miguel.
Oh no.
Now that we have this zombie lizard folk thing under control,
Zombie lizard.
we'll send an army and we'll make post haste there. If what you said is true, if this is the orb we're talking about, some magical orb that could kill us all, we have to do this."
I never said anything to Mickey about the orb, by the way.
Okay. Right. So okay, so then instead Navarro says, he says, "I'm not going to get my best explorers killed, if I can help it." And,
I mean, we really are good.
and well, like, yeah, that's the thing, right? So Miggy, like, he seems like so proud of himself, right? He's like, "I did it. They're gonna be safe." And he looks up, he's like, "Thank you, Lord Navarro. I promise you won't." And then he gets the sending. And he listens, and Navarro's like, What? And he just says, "Bleep you, Raia!" And then we just end. And that is the end of our session for today. That has been episode 22 of Terra Nullius.
This has had so many endings. We're like up to Lord of the Rings on our endings.
Definitely Terra Nullius, my favorite session of Terra Nullius so far. Absolutely.
Is that what you said like the last few times?
Oh yeah, because it just keeps getting better, guys.
It does.
I convinced the space dragon that we're cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for Mickey.
I just
Yeah.
I really had nothing against it.
I know. But this has been in the works because I made the roll and so what happened just out like in canon was I made the roll for him. He got a 20. And so I was like, okay, I mean, 25 would have been like right immediately we need to go, but like 20, he'll get them to go, but it's like it's gonna take a little bit because the obelisk has been raising things from the dead, and it just turns out that you had totally killed an entire tribe of kobolds right next to your encampment, and so they all rose from the dead and attacked the camp. So that happened, and so they had to deal with that first, but then that
I
happened.
thought you said lizard folk.
Yeah, they said lizard folk because they don't know the difference.
They
It's
don't
just
know the
all lizards to them.
Oh, okay.
Remember we
We're
had
like,
that conversation.
Hey, we helped them level up, didn't we?
I know. So does the army get like legitimately like does the army become stronger after this?
Like there
Yeah.
might be fewer of them, but they should get stronger. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll make some edits to the encampment for sure. So for
How
this
much
session, I am going to do it as if you defeated all of the people in that encounter, but you also defeated the Void Dragon like extreme, right? Because Tweety did the thing. So you guys all get a total of each of you get 2,138 experience points.
38.
Yeah, 2,138 experience points.
Dope.
Yep. So that is a thing.
Guys, I love this. I have 20,001.
That's funny. What is everybody at? What's the cap for 7?
I think we need like
23,000.
23.
okay,
Y'all,
so
y'all
I'm
are about
1,500
20,000.
away. I'm
I'm-
21,495.
Boydie's ahead of us for doing all the ogre stuff because you gave him more
sure.
XP for that.
Yeah.
So I'm at 20,546.
I'm at 12. I'm at 20,920.
And I died and made a new character, so I'm behind.
Yeah.
You got a pretty awesome character though.
It's true. Yeah,
I mean,
Akashi
he's
got to be
finally
cool now.
starting to
He's
come
starting to be
through.
cool, yeah. And so that's the thing. I'm really, really, really happy that you got a good roll on that Arcana check for this Void Dragon because I love how this ties Akashi into what's happening. I really like that little tidbit. So yeah, I'm into it. Yeah, Star Dragons are a
Akashi's
thing,
actually
guys.
part of it now.
Yeah.
He's a part of the current story.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. That's Terra Nullius, guys. It's a fun game. I'm so into this campaign. So excited for how this is gonna go. I got some thinking to do about what's gonna go down. And I'm gonna do a cool battle in between now and Thursday. I'll figure out when that is and let you guys know in case you're free to just watch the stream. But also you can obviously find it after the fact. So that's Terra Nullius. I think that's it. I think we're out. We'll be back next week. Not with this continuity, but rather we're gonna do a fun little Darius side thing, which I'm excited about. I got some ideas about, super into, and there's definitely gonna be a moment where Raia getting the orb is going to like intercede. What's the word I'm looking for?
Intersect.
Intersect with your one shot here. So there'll be a moment where the caretaker's just like, oh no, like it happened. So
and then that we will get Darius's voice in good quality.
yes,
recording.
oh, I'm so excited for that. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's what he really sounds like. Okay.
Oh no! It sounded different when you were muffly.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
I mean, this is a thing. Just wait until he comes back. I have a new voice for him when he comes back.
He's going to sound like a British gentleman.
Hello, chaps. It's good to see you again.
Okay, if that actually happens, I'm no.
No,
Not about
that. It's not like that.
But cool.
not
Yeah,
that
so we have that. So I'm trying to think of what the next couple Thursdays look like. So next Thursday we have that one shot, and then the Thursday after we don't have anything because on Wednesday we're gonna do a cool Christmas one shot.
Wait, we're not gonna do anything on that Thursday?
I mean, we can. I mean, maybe we can.
I'm not gonna be here.
Emily won't be there, but we can do something. Yeah, we can still do something on Thursday. Oh yeah, we were already talking about hanging out all week. Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Of course we can do something on Thursday. Yeah. But then the 3rd of January, are we back with regular Terra Nullius?
To be determined for me.
Okay.
I don't have my schedule that far out.
Oh man, I'm gonna hate it if this is gonna be a long cliffhanger.
This is gonna be like a long
I
1 month
I
thing.
think I
We're
should
just
be
like,
back.
Okay.
I think after like the 27th, I'm not going to miss until January 31st, I think.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, we'll be back with some more stuff. I'm really looking forward to next week with the Darius one shot. I'm also really, really looking forward to that Christmas one shot, guys, because it's gonna be whack. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so good. And then we'll be back with something else. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be. Things are looking up here on the Thursday night group.
I must say, at the beginning of the
great.
session, things were looking so grim. It was just like,
Things are
crap.
looking
Like,
very down.
we have really no allies. The
Yup.
orb is in their hands. We got the orb and a dragon now. Life is good.
Right? It's the difference between finding that secret tunnel and not finding it. Because if you hadn't,
Secret tunnel.
you would have had to
Akashi
just attack them, right? That would have been the whole
Akashi
thing.
has had his at least a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, there you go. That's Terra Nullius, episode 22. Thanks for playing, guys. That was fantastic. Can't wait for next time. See ya.